We are seeing a set of protests that are all being done simultaneously. They're all being set for 9 a.m. in each of their time zones in every single province of this country, in multiple cities of these provinces. And it is really scary. It is extremely similar as to what has been happening in the U.S., and we are very, very worried about what could be coming next. We are wanting to show a very strong response, countering these protests, to show that, they even think that there's a possibility of bringing what's happening in other places here. We're going to be there to counter it every single step of the way. We want to show a very heavy people on this call that have a lot of experience in dealing with this type of thing, that can help us keep each other safe and be strong in the response that we're doing as well to these hate mongers, really.
Now being under the guise of being led by parents, it's being by the guise of being led by religious faith and some sort of ethnic communities, and we need to be supported, and we're all getting together and being disrupting and causing some good trouble.
Avenue in Ottawa with Sept Canada, Josh Alexander, and Billboard Chris came. And I have a lot of great information to share and spread about what they did, how they organized, and how we countered. Our numbers were, in fact, a lot bigger than just a couple hundred. I think we had probably closer to 300 or 400, whereas fascists were indeed violent. And in terms of Ottawa, we have just planned a counter protest starting at 9 a.m. on the Supreme Court of Canada lawn. We chose this location because it's just adjacent to where they were building, and we are not in the business of defending the state from fascists. We are in the business of protecting communities and each other to ensure that the hate does not go unopposed in the streets. I mentioned the fact that, this is absolutely crucial that we oppose this in the streets. And this is just signs that I've seen that we're rising, that this is far more than just like a far-right transphobic protest. They are fundamentally racist. They're fundamentally anti-union. They are fundamentally queer and transphobic. And it's just a matter of time before they come to us. And the only way, the best way that the fascists have been stopped in the last 100 years has been when we unite in massive numbers in the streets. So this requires us to pivot and start to think about how we can use our inherent strength in a way that we're not used to using, where we know that we're better than them. We also don't have to worry too much about putting our members and our comrades in unsafe situations, because when we get numbers, we're going to keep each other safe.
I know I've got 3 kids myself who are currently in the K-12 system who identify as trans, and I'll just steal a couple of their tactics in that when they are gathering for their tailgate party in the mall parking lot, we've got a couple of seasoned activists who've already said that they're willing to go over and take some pictures of license plates and these are people who are willing to do this. They're people who are seasoned and make sure that they know that they're being watched, that they're not doing this in secret, that people are noticing what they're up to. The last thing I wanted to ask. Is it possible that the OFL or CLC could have a list of some legal support numbers from across Ontario? Even it doesn't have to be from Hamilton, but if somebody for some reason gets picked up, it would be good that if they could have a 1-800 number that they could write on their arm or something like that, so that they know they've always got a lawyer that they can call. So that would be useful. I'm not saying it will happen. We're going to try and stop it from happening. But we have some seasoned activists who have been used to that in the past. And they wanted to make sure that we had that option if we had to.
But but Carolyn, back to you. If we stand up to the bully will decide what to do. They will fight, fright, or flight, fight, or fright. And so let's give them some fright on September 20th, so that on September 21st, till whenever, that they're working on the flight tactic. I think